Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' and Steve. About to react to this bid by Hello Yassine. It's titled Saweetie Admits Nobody Cares About Her Music. The first step is acceptance. So we are happy that you have accepted the truth. But now, where do we go from here? Now what? Will this inspire you to get in the studio and put forth some effort into your music, your lyrics? Because that's what you need to do, or just completely pivot and focus on being an influencer, model, whatever the case, because you're a gorgeous girl. But I'm glad you know that nobody cares, so please stop torturing us with your drops, your music drops, because we don't want them. Anyway, let's hear what she has to say. Let's watch.
What's poppin', y'all? I've got a lot of topics, so probably gonna be a packed week this week. You guys might get something every day. Just a little bit more active, Probably feel like earlier. When was I the most active? Like 2022, probably. I was dropping a lot that summer, if I recall correctly. But yeah, so there's just been a lot of topics to talk about that have accumulated over the past 3 days. But I really want to talk about this Saweetie one first, because for those of you that may not have known, there was like this whole thing about her selling like 2K or something like that went super viral. And I put together the initial post that like pretty much documented her sales. I thought the sample was very, very terrible too. But that kind of like, there was a whole thing around that. And I've been critical of her music in the past, although I have shown a lot of love when it came to being honest about her ability to perform hits. I don't know how involved she is in the process, but I even said like Best Friend by Doja Cat. I like that song. And Tap In, My Type, like I can acknowledge those are like banger songs. Would I personally be listening to them all the time on my own? No, but I have listened to Best Friend a couple times on my own. Like, I enjoy that song. So she recently did this cover, and I posted about it on my IG. Follow me at Hello Yassine, where she posted this she had this really self-aware quote in this Allure cover story that she did, because she just released 2 singles, Rich Tivities, I believe, yeah. Or is this one single? It looks like a 2-pack. I think it's just one single. So she released one song. She hasn't dropped anything in years other than that little EP. I haven't checked out the song yet, so I'm not going to give any opinion on that. But this was in conjunction with promoting that song. And she really, I feel like we got a different side of her. And there are a couple of quotes that I want to pull out, and then we'll talk about them. So the initial one is when she talked about like making stuff viral, and they were saying like how she can use her appearance to make stuff viral. One of the quotes that she said was, "Everything now just feels like make it go viral, go viral, go viral. Okay, cool, go viral. But if your only intention is numbers, what about the art or the reason why we're here today?" And then she goes on to say, "I just feel like nobody was caring about my music." Saweetie says of the people around her at the time. "To me, music is sacred. It's coming from your spirit. You can't just go finish an album in a week. That's why it's taking me so long. That's why I haven't dropped an album yet."
Girl.
So what it looks like from all the posts is that she was saying that none of the fans really cared about her music. But what it looks like in the full context of the story, although I do think she's aware of that too, in the full context of the story, she was talking about all of the money and how her team was pushing her towards all of these partnership deals with McDonald's, MAC Cosmetics, Crocs, etc.
Be happy, because that is where the money is for you. It's not in music, girl.
It says she started to feel like being hyper visible was overshadowing her craft. So the people around her are the people that were in business with her. And she was probably so busy doing all these other things that they didn't even really care about her as a music artist. And we also kind of didn't really care either.
It's but not that's because where of these other business bitches,
and she says
girl.
It keeps
it's
getting delayed.
Bad.
And then what did she say? There was another quote. Yeah, plus Saweetie has been jaded by the critiques on whether she's a talented artist worthy of her spot that she has to navigate every time she releases new work. "I don't mean to dampen the mood," she says, "but this is realistically how my career has been. We were constantly criticized for every drop. I was just very insecure. I'm a confident woman, but I was a very insecure artist." And I do think this ties into kind of like what we talk about here and the fans and listeners' perspective as opposed to the people around her, which is true. She does get a lot of flack. Granted, partially it was the thing with Quavo. So the thing with Quavo got her a lot of hate. She was dropping music at the same time. Takeoff just died. She was dropping these lines that made it seem like she was taking shots at Quavo. Meanwhile, he was going through what was happening with Takeoff. And clearly, within hip-hop, we like Quavo more than we like Saweetie. So she got some hate for that. Then there was the whole, she was saying, oh, like the girlies are taking over rap, which really did manifest itself, except all the girlies except her, until she's coming out now. And she says, "I always bite off off more than I can chew. I had to push myself. I was trying to dance, rap, and sing at the same time. And I was like, hold on, girl, pump the brakes. So she buckled down and went on a work
You
vacation
can't
where
dance,
she
rap,
attended an
or
artist
sing,
boot camp so
Saweetie.
she could
Okay.
improve her performance. And this is where I gave her credit too, a year or two or a couple of years ago, is when people were clowning her performance. And her performances were terrible. Yet, what did she do? Immediately after, she took the feedback and she started practicing performing. And she started getting better. And this is one thing I think we have to give credit to Saweetie. That an example that doesn't do this is Coi Leray. Like, Saweetie gets a lot of hate. And some of it is justified if it's about the music, but I think some people just kind of hate her, which isn't my case at all. So with that being said, for her to take all of that hate and to internalize it and say, okay, this is feedback, and these people don't just hate me. So there are people that hate her, and there are people that are giving me feedback, and she's internalizing the feedback and casting away the hate, and then she improves herself. And then there was the instance with Vlad too, when Vlad kind of came at her sideways. I think that was disingenuous, because an interview is not going to make somebody really sell that much more unless it's completely structured around the music. So, Vlad had that thing that he had to say, but then she came back and she was like, well, like, I didn't know that I got an invite from Vlad. I'm actually a big fan of Vlad. And in that position, she could have used it as an attempt to dunk on Vlad, and it would have looked bad on Vlad's part, because she was like, what are you talking about? Like, I actually mess with your stuff. Nobody even told me that you were like trying to get me on an interview, and drop like a snide comment, and she would have gotten one over on him, and it would have looked good in her favor. But she decided not to do that. And it's kind of like these bits and pieces of authenticity that come off of Saweetie. But one thing that we kind of want to know is, how much do you care about the music, and how involved are you in the process of the music? Because when I look at Saweetie, even these songs that I'm talking about that I've listened to and I enjoyed, like the song that she had with Doja Cat, I don't look at it and make the assumption that Saweetie wrote or had process in making those songs. And Saweetie, if somebody on her team hears this, to us, it feels like Saweetie is that brand. Like, for example, they're putting McDonald's on her, MAC Cosmetics, whatever other stuff she's promoting, and like kind of like that Icy Girl lifestyle. But it feels like the music is just another one of those companies or products that's pretty much being foisted upon her to promote. It doesn't feel to us like Saweetie's in there actually creating the music. And I think something that could offset that is us actually seeing Saweetie make music, or like Saweetie like dropping a freestyle. Like, for example, like DaBaby, when he would do those freestyles, like try to get himself back hot again. So we can actually see her in the setting where music is being made and make the association of, okay, she's a musician, she's a rapper. She's not just this face that has products plastered on her and is just a promotional vehicle. Because authenticity is very, very necessary now, especially with how saturated music is. And a lot of these artists that people saw as kind of not real artists / rappers are falling by the wayside, like JT and Carisha, for instance. I think they both dropped the song, and it's not really doing too hot, because people don't really see Carisha as a rapper anymore like they once did as a group. JT, I don't really know how that song is doing, but I don't really think it's going too good for them either. So that's one thing that I would like to see from Saweetie, and I don't think that just happens with an album. I think it takes time, and she's probably going to have to lose money from whatever other opportunities are going on for her to get back. It's not just getting back hot, for her to establish and let people know that, hey, I'm a rapper and I'm here to really do this, and that's the priority in my life and my career.
Listen, what it comes down to is this woman is not talented, okay? She cannot sing, she cannot rap, she cannot dance. People are tuned in to her because she's attractive. She has a nice body, so people like to look at her. So she needs to continue working with these brands and taking advantage of that. They want to work with her because she is so pretty. So you need to lean into that, because this rap shit is not for you, sis. Or maybe you need to work harder on your craft. But it's like, it's been how many years and you still ain't getting better? So maybe it's just not for you. Maybe rap is just not for you. And it doesn't matter how much you try to work on, your skills. It's not clicking. It's not working out. Okay? So I think she should continue down this road of being an influencer and working with brands and marketing shit. That's what you should do. It's working well for you over there. But girl, no, we don't care about your music, unfortunately. And I've given Saweetie several chances. And of course she has a couple bops, but like he even said, it's not because of her. I'm sure other people wrote it, other people, contributed to those bops. She used other people's beats. That my type, nigga, that's my type. That was a bop because of the production, the Petey Pablo beat. That's why that was a bop. So it's like she hopping on other people's, beats, and it's like people kind of like it because the beat is good. Because she took the beat. Or you hopping on the song with Doja. People like it because Doja made the song good. To be honest, Doja got the best part of the song. So she's just not talented, all right? I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you're going to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.